Hi, I'm Linda, and this is No Frills ASMR. I was on Reddit recently, and I noticed I often look at a thing called CoolGuides, and I don't know even who makes them or anything, but I asked on one of them if it was okay to use these or show them in my videos, and the person said absolutely. And so first of all, I just wanted to say it's CoolGuides. Now, I tried to go on here a minute ago, and like 3 different times I started this video and it wouldn't load, and I think like Reddit was down or something. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, so I thought maybe we could just for fun kind of look through and read a few of these and see what the deal is. When I move the screen, I'll move it out of your view so it doesn't make you feel like dizzy. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I think that can happen. So this one says, a cool guide about questions to ask your child before it's too late. I don't know quite what that means. That's scary. But it says questions to ask your child before it's too late. Okay. What makes you feel loved? What do you worry about the most? I think that's a good question, probably. I don't know about what makes you feel loved. I don't know if I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't, but how can I be a better parent for you? Wow, these people are. When do you feel safe and secure? What makes a day feel really good to you? What do you wish grown-ups understood better? When do you feel most like yourself? That's kind of a good question to ask. What do you want to understand about people or the world? What do you love about our family? What do you think about a lot? Okay, I was not this good of a parent, I don't think. I mean, I talk to my kids all the time when they were young. And I think a lot of times, like, I'm not religious, but it is a tradition in my family before dinner to say grace, just be thankful for the food. And a lot of times, especially on like Thanksgiving, we'd go around the table and say something we're thankful for. And that's kind of what do you love about your family? Because I feel like it usually comes back to like what we love about our family. What do you think about a lot? You know, that's probably a good question. Because sometimes you don't know what's going on in a kid's head and they're too afraid to tell you. But if you ask, they'll tell you. I found talking to children, especially teenagers, the best way to get information is to go on a walk, because then you're not looking. Eye contact isn't a variable. You know, you can hike or walk. And then they just tell you everything. And you don't have to ask. I mean, you can kind of ask, or what I usually did was tell them things that I did that was crazy or stupid when I was a kid, and then they will go, oh yeah, well, we do that, and then you've learned all the dirt. All right, here's a cool guide to basic meditation. These are a little different than like usually the ones I look at are maps. I don't remember seeing these before. 1, sit in a comfortable position. Feel the weight of the air around you. Feel the surface of your skin. Now imagine that a magic eraser is erasing the outside of your being. Being. And then they show it erasing until there is no boundary between you and the rest of the universe. I know meditation's supposed to be very good for you, very good for your mind. My husband is known to meditate. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's just not for me. And that's okay. I think that's okay. People have constantly told me I need to meditate, and that if I did it, I'd like, I know. I'm 54 years old. I've heard it all. And I did start doing some meditation in my 20s. So it's not like I'm new to it. I just, I, it doesn't, I don't find it enjoyable. Now, I can sit in nature, like out near a mountain or near a stream, or even just in the backyard and look at a leaf quietly for a long time. And I would consider that, for me, a form of meditation or hiking. But to sit and do all this, it's just not for me. It's not for me. But I think it's probably great if it's for you. Okay, what is this one? I'm trying to hold it steady. Okay. A cool guide. Okay, how long to nap? That's something else. I'm not a napper. I never nap unless I'm actually ill. I just don't. But like my husband is one of those, he has to take a nap every day. And there are my cousins are like that. They must nap. I'm not a napper. All right, a 10 to 20, that's what they used to call a power nap. You don't want to nap more than, I think it was 20 minutes is what they used to say, to be like recharged. The power nap is ideal for a boost in alertness and energy, experts say. This length usually limits you to the lighter stages of non-rapid eye movement sleep, making it easier to hit the ground running after waking up. Okay. 30 minutes. Some studies show sleeping this long may cause sleep inertia, a hangover-like groggy feeling that lasts up to 30 minutes after waking up, before the nap's restorative benefits become apparent. I remember the one time when I did nap was when I was pregnant with my twins. I could not make it through the day without a nap. I remember I still worked at Red Lobster until like the day I had the twins. And I remember falling asleep before work, and I wasn't used to napping. I just didn't nap. But I'd be like, I have to just rest. And my husband would wake me up and be like, you're going to be late for work. Do you want me to call them? You know, I'd be like, no, I'm going. And then I'd feel like that groggy. Even if I slept for like an hour, I'd be like, oh, God. All right, 60 minutes. This nap is best for improvement in remembering facts, faces, and names. It includes slow wave sleep, the deepest type. The downside, some grogginess upon waking up. Okay, that's at 60 minutes. And then they have the 90-minute nap. Good grief, that's a long time. This is a full cycle of sleep, meaning the lighter and deeper stages, including REM, or rapid eye movement. Typically likened to dreaming stage. This leads to improved emotional and procedural memory, like riding a bike, playing the piano, and creativity. A nap of this length typically avoids sleep inertia, making it easy to wake up. Interesting. That is interesting. I don't know about any of that because I'm not a napper. This one's too hard to see. I'm gonna skip that one. That one looks boring. What is this one? Oh dear. Okay. This is the kind of thing like I'd do on a map, but I don't know if I'd do this subject because that's kind of dark, I think. But opioid prescriptions by state. Okay, so blue is less and red is more. So it looks like California, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, you know, all these upper northern North Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, Illinois, and then Maine, Vermont, New York, Massachusetts, New Jersey, Connecticut. They don't have, and Virginia. Okay. But we have more. Well, the red hot is 56 to 75 dispenses per 100 residents. Wait, in 2023. What? 75 per 100? That can't be right. 56 to 75 dispenses. So I guess some people are getting multiple. Is that in 2023? That seems wild. Okay. Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, and Kentucky have the highest. Why do southern states have higher rates? Many southern jobs, such as agriculture and manufacturing, are more physically demanding, leading to higher rates of injury and chronic pain treatment. Okay, I can see that. Limited access to mental health, addiction services, and non-opioid pain management leave opioids as the default option for many patients. I wonder what this looks like now, because this is from, a couple years ago. Okay. Yeah, these are how to have a work conversation. 10 simple phrases to build a work relationship. So instead of saying, yeah, but, say, I hear you, and. This is like improv where you say yes and instead of saying you should have, you could say, for next time, what if we tried? Instead of saying, I already told you, say, let me explain this another way. This is good for marriages too. Because if you say to your loved one, I already told you, it's like, I know, but I wasn't listening to you because you're yapping all the time, or I didn't hear you, or whatever. But if you say, let me explain this another way, then they just go, that means you already told me. All right. You're wrong. Instead of that, you say, I see this differently. Can we compare our perspectives? Okay. Instead of we've always done it this way, say, I'm curious what changes you think would improve our process. We've always done it this way. I'm curious what changes you think could improve our process. Yeah, okay. I don't have time for this. You say, what specific roadblocks are you running into? I'm sorry, I screwed that up. If you say, I don't have time for this, then you'd say, this deserves proper attention. Can we schedule time to discuss? Yeah, that might be fair. But they'd come back with, no, it's not that important. I just want to tell you this one thing. And then you have to go, I don't have time for this. Instead of just figure it out, what specific roadblocks are you running into? Instead of that's not my problem, say, help me understand how I can support you with this. Instead of you're being too sensitive, this seems important to you. Can you help me understand why? That's not how it works. Say, let me share some context that might help. Okay, well, there you go. All right, what's this one? What if everyone lived like these countries? This is the number of Earths needed to sustain each country's resource use and waste per year. So India only needs 0.7 of an Earth to sustain, even though they're a gigantic population. Ecuador, 1 and a little bit. China, 1, 2 and a fourth. The UK, 1, 2 and a fourth. But like China's way bigger than the UK. Germany, South Korea, the USA 4.9, the UAE, the United Arabic Emirates, is that how you say Emirates? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and an eighth. They're burning some stuff because they aren't. How big are they? I don't know. I guess I don't know that. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Gotta do better, US. What is this? That's an ad. I don't know what that means. There's one I'll show you. I don't know what this means. FFmpeg Beginner's Guide. Practical. I don't know what that is. Is that an ad? I don't know. Okay. I don't know. I do this. A cool guide to measuring rice Asian style. I do actually do this. Pour your rice, and first of all, I wash the rice really, really good. Wash it and drain it and wash it. And sometimes I'll even boil it for a minute and then drain it. I just do that. But then you put your rice in and you put your water in, and then you put your finger not down through the rice, but to the top of the rice. And then you go to the first knuckle with water on top of your rice. And that works pretty good. What? They show you how to do the Heimlich maneuver for your dog. So you lift his rear legs up, head facing down like a wheelbarrow. And then you open his mouth and sweep from side to side to see if you can dislodge the object. Oops. Compress the abdomen by pushing up with your fist. A sharp blow between your pet's shoulder blades might do the trick. Wow. I remember one time, there's a gardener from England who I follow on Instagram and I watch his show and stuff. But his name is Monty Don. And he has really cool, cute dog, Nigel. I think it was Nigel. And they were playing toss with a stick. And the stick broke and got caught in the doggy's mouth. And he had to, he got it out and it was okay and everything, I think, if I remember correctly. But he was like, you know what? I didn't know this was dangerous. Don't play with a stick with your dog. I was like, what? Anyway, all right, Pop Top Field Guide. That's fun. Like ancient arrowheads, these pull tabs from Arizona landfills convey information to archaeologists. I didn't really realize they were, I guess, yeah, because apple juice would have a different, but I never really thought about that they were different from different cans. I feel like they all looked like this, but I guess I was only drinking like Coke and Pepsi when I was a kid. We used to take these and make like necklaces. You'd string them. Like ancient arrowheads. Okay. Distinctive designs identify which canned beverage the tabs opened. Tab quantities indicate the popularity of each beverage, and the brief time in which each tab design was manufactured helps date samples. Wow. Used for just 40 months in the mid-70s, Coors punch top cans also supply an approximate date. Yeah. You'd punch them, and then it had a room for that air to escape so it didn't chug. You know what I mean? Like bubble. Gatorade. Borden yogurt shake. I didn't even remember they had those back then. Schlitz Light, Coors, Ocean Spray Cranberry. I remember that. That's what you get on airplanes. Nutriment. I don't know what that is. Coca-Cola, Pabst Blue Ribbon, Miller, Old Milwaukee, Michelob, Olympia Gold, and Budweiser. Huh. Well, that's kind of interesting. Boring. That looks boring. I'm skipping that one. Boring. No. I need something easy to see to show you guys. I don't know if this is interesting for us or not, but maybe. Hold on. Let me see if I can make it big enough so we can see it. I think I turned off where I can flip my screen. Hold on. Okay. Come back. Baby, come back. This is, when does the one big, beautiful bill take effect? Now, we talked about this in a video I made about it. But they give like the timelines. So that's kind of interesting. I don't know. Is it? Maybe. And they show starting 2025. Okay. Expiring near 2026 are the EV tax credits. So that's for like buying electric vehicles. Home improvement energy credits expired December of 2025. And this is kind of cool because they show you the midterm election and the general election, which, these things are all political. No tax on tips deduction starts after, at the beginning of 2025. No tax on overtime, senior deduction bonus, auto loan interest deduction, child tax credits, social security number requirements. I don't know. And then student loan deferments and things like that. And here, I'd have to review this. I can't quite. SNAP eligibility requirements, SNAP work requirements, Medicaid funding reduction. That starts like earliest 2025. Medicaid work requirements 2027. Marketplace health insurance eligibility. Itemized, I don't know what all this is. Estate tax exemption. Look, they show before the midterms Trump accounts for kids. Those start July 4th of 2026. These are immigration things. I don't know. You guys will have to go look at this because I'd have to study that for a while. All right, what else do we have here? A cool guide to learn Japanese food vocabulary. Oh my gosh. I mean, that's what it looks like. I don't know. That one would take studying too. That's too dark to see. How to understand your cat. Yeah, okay. I had Cooper here earlier, but he wouldn't stay. How to understand your cat. Don't miss out. Short meows mean, hi, I missed you. Repeated meows mean, feed me. Chirps or trills mean, follow me. Growls or hisses mean, back off. Tail signals straight up is excited and happy. Puffed up is scared or threatened. Slow flicks is curious or mildly irritated. Rapid swishes is annoyed or overstimulated. Body language. Ears forward is curious. A slow blink is trust and affection. An arched back is stretched or defensive. I don't know. Cooper doesn't do most of these. He doesn't ever. I've never seen him puffed up. He's never done that. He's got a straight up tail always, I guess. I've never seen him do the arched back thing either. Cooper just doesn't do those kind of. He's like so chill. He's like, I don't care. Whatever. I don't think I've seen him puffed up. What is this? Oh, it's too hard to see this. Hold on. Let me see if I... Nope. I kind of want to look at this, but... Because I've... Okay, I think I got it. This is the Muppets. Stitched in time. All right. So here are the... What were they called? The judges? Today, the Muppets might seem like one big happy family, albeit a slightly dysfunctional one at times. But it's been a long road getting to where they're at today. I didn't know they were still around. And these guys, they were funny. They were like the judges. He says, how did this simpleton get their own infographic? And he says, simple, a ton of poor acting. Da, 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 da. Kermit. First appearance, Sam and Friends. Ralph, oh yeah. First appearance, Purina Dog Chow commercial. What? So he was first in 1955, and then he was in 1962. Gonzo, I loved Gonzo. Gonzo's so cool. First appearance, The Great Santa Claus Switch in 1970. He's the same age as me. Thog. I don't remember him. What? 1970, The Great Santa Claus Switch. Huh. Sweetums, yeah. He's like the big, huge thing. 1971 in The Frog Prince. Miss Piggy, 1974 in The Tonight Show. She started as Piggy Lee in The Tonight Show. And later became Piggy and Herb Alpert in the Tijuana Brass. What? Okay. Electric Mayhem. Oh my gosh. 1975. The first appearance on The Muppet Show pilot. I love The Muppet Show. I watched it every week. The Swedish Chef and Sam the Eagle. Oh my God. First appearance, The Puppet Show pilot. Censorship came down The Muppet Show in the form of another Muppet. Sam the Eagle makes sure that the rest of the Muppets create a show that exemplifies American family value. Or at least he tries to. Despite his objection, the Muppets are a constant source of debauchery. The Swedish Chef. Orky dork dorky dorky bark bark. 1975, first appearance, The Muppet Show pilot. Oh, here it is. Waldorf and Statler. 1975 through 77. The Muppet Meeting Films. The Muppet Show pilot. Huh. The Muppet Meeting Films. I didn't know that. Fozzie Bear. Whenever I wear this shirt, my husband goes, "Are you wearing your Fozzie Bear shirt?" I'm like, "Well, it's pink, but okay." Does kind of look like Fozzie. First appearance, The Muppet Show pilot. I love Fozzie. Fozzie Bear. Scooter, 1976 on The Muppet Show. He was the stage manager. His twin sister, Skeeter, shows up in The Muppet Babies. Bunsen and Beaker. First appearance, The Muppet Show. Bunsen, Beaker. Camilla the Chicken. 77. Rizzo the Rat, 1980. Yep, Rizzo. Pepe, 1996. I don't know him. Walter, I don't know him either. Denise, I guess I haven't watched the later Muppet shows. I've never seen her. ABC promo for the Muppets. What? Spamela Anderson. Was used as the new pig in the Muppets pitched to ABC. But she's been redesigned for the 2015 show The Muppets as Denise. It seems Miss Piggy may have some competition for Kermit's affection. Oh dear. That's fun. Okay. Boop. All right, we'll look at this one and then better go eat some lunch. Habits that will improve your life. Exercise. Agree. Walking, running, swimming, yoga, weightlifting, and sports. Some benefits. Better sleep. 100%. I agree with that. The days when I walk, I sleep so much better at night. And I walk, a long way or lift weights or both. But yeah, weight management, maybe. I don't know. I exercise a lot and I'm sure it helps. Increase in energy. Probably, I don't know. Reduce stress. Yeah, I think it can help with anxiety and stuff. Improve your heart health. Sure. Improve brain health. I hope so. Plan your days. Make a to-do list. I don't do that. Create a schedule. Just prioritize tasks from least to most important. Set a clear structure. Have realistic deadlines. Leave room for unexpected events. I think this is great advice for most people, but it's not how I operate. I don't know. I don't really think about that stuff. Waking up early. Early bird gets the worm. They don't say that for nothing. Yeah, I don't know. Art and creativity. We all have that creative talent that is waiting to be brought. I just want to say about waking up early. I do now wake up early just because I'm old, I think, and you start waking up early. But when I was young, I was a night owl, but I got a lot done in the middle of the night. I was creative, and that's when my creativity came out a lot. So I don't know if I agree with that, to be honest. I think that's people who wake up early like to say that, but I think there are a lot of us who, can work until 4 a.m. and then you sleep. But I don't know. I'm no expert. Art and creativity. We all have that creative talent that is waiting to be brought out. Making this a habit can be a very satisfying experience, and for some it can become a career. Sure. Reading. Reading daily builds your knowledge, transforming your mind, improves your vocabulary. That's true. Learn new skills, improve current skills, expand overall knowledge, improve storytelling. I should read more. I don't know. I've been reading. I mean, I read stuff for this channel, but like fiction, I haven't. Writing daily is a great way to improve one of the most essential skills we need to develop. Yeah. How often do you like handwrite anymore? I bet a lot of us aren't. I'm not. Gratitude, being grateful on a daily basis. Yeah, I agree with that. Look, here it is. Meditation. They always say meditation. A great way to relax and let go is by meditating. With at least 15 to 25 minutes of daily meditation. Here's the only thing with this. It would take a lot of time to exercise, meditate, do art, read, write. I mean, you would have to get up early. So I think my meditation is stuck in with my exercise, kind of. And I'm not reading, but I listen to podcasts, so I'm going to put that in there too. Anyway, I don't know. Well, all right. I hope that was somewhat relaxing or enjoyable for you. I don't know. But I will talk to you soon.